Hi, welcome to me, channel Tarot Horoscopes. My name is Vala. Let's begin. For thousands of years, humans have been attentive to the regularity of the movements of the stars to understand the cycles of life on Earth. The predictable movements of the sky brought a sense of calm to the anxieties and uncertainties of the complex and dangerous life on this planet. Millennia ago, humanity did not have technological tools like the ones we have today and relied solely on the visible sky to conduct their astronomical observations. A constellation, in astronomy, is a conventional grouping of stars whose position in the night sky appears to be unchanging. Ancient civilizations connected those groups of stars with imaginary lines, so that shapes and figures could be seen, to which they gave names. Some of them are very well known, like the Southern Cross visible from the Southern Hemisphere or the Big Dipper. Starting in 1928, the International Astronomical Union decided to officially regroup the celestial sphere into 88 constellations with precise boundaries. The zodiac is a band of the sky through which the sun and the planets seemingly move. During the 5th century BC, this region was divided into 12 equal parts, one for each month of the year, which were named after the nearest constellation. The 12 signs represent 12 moments on the path of the sun. These are the 12 zodiac signs or tones that take their names from some of the constellations that were, at that time, in their path. There are 12 astrological signs due to a need for mathematical harmony in dividing the spectrum of the sky into 12 zones, similar to what happens with the musical spectrum, and not because of the presence of constellations. The grouping of stars that we designate as Pisces, for example, does not correspond to the astrological sign of the same name. Every March 21, an equinox occurs day and night in equivalent distribution of light and shadows, in both hemispheres, marking the beginning of a new solar cycle in its journey between the equator and the tropics. That day, the sun moves from south to north across the celestial equator and begins a new distribution of solar percentages in each hemisphere. And every March 21, the zodiac begins. Starting from this date each year, the 12 astrological signs are developed, resulting in 12 representative personality styles based on the sun's journey as seen from Earth. We are born into a known, repetitive, and predictable pattern. We respond to a rhythm, to a cyclical and natural analogy that repeats year after year, month after month. To be born at a specific moment in this circuit has a profound and esoteric meaning. Astrology makes us part of a pulse of 12 tones, of 12 coherent and synchronous human personalities linked to the relationship between the earth and the sun. Likewise, since ancient times, people have found 4 elements in nature that make it up. In stories and religious, mythological, and scientific manifestations, this explanation is reiterated. The number 4 organizes and stabilizes our existence. There are 4 supports that provide maximum stability, the cardinal points, and the annual seasons. There are also 4 astrological elements. Through these 4 elements, astrology describes 4 ways of perceiving 4 different expressions of human personality. For the human being with spiritual awareness, it is obvious that they are made up of the same qualities as the heavens. They recognize themselves as being composed of the same raw material as the stars, and they know that the primordial elements of the planet will give them life and personality. The 4 elements allow us to describe different human tones that arose from the observation of the various states in which matter can express itself on this planet: solid earth, liquid water, gas air, and plasma, fire. In turn, we can also pair them up and establish relationships between them based on the number 2. The earth lives polarized in 2 basic pulses, day and night, cold and heat. Everything arises from the interaction of 2 complementary opposites. The 2 genders or human principles are masculine and feminine. Astrology marks subjective and objective ways of embodying the active and the receptive, which also connect and explain the 4 elements. Masculine or active fire and air, extroverted, action-oriented, and explicit, oriented towards ideas. the outside world, and the future. The fire will be masculine and subjective desiring, and the air masculine and objective desiring, and the air masculine and objective. Rational, feminine or receptive earth and water. Observers, nutrients, introverted and withdrawn, oriented towards the subjective world and the past. They provide nourishment, feeling, and stability. The earth will be feminine and objective realistic, and the water feminine and subjective. General characteristics of the four elements. It is possible for each person to identify with more than one element, or that the described characteristics may not exactly match the zodiac sign they belong to, as our individuality is more complex than what is exclusively represented by our zodiac sign. The sign that we all know is the position of the sun, but also in our natal chart, the other planets of the solar system, the moon, and the ascendant are symbolized, highlighting or diminishing elements. Knowing one's natal chart allows for the discovery of the personal combination of elements. What amount of planets do we have in water, air, fire, and earth? Desire and transform. It is the element present in the processes of change of things. Illumination is the light that guides the way, providing direction to the new and courage to move forward and lead. It is the element of illumination and enlightenment, purification, and the vital flame. It contains the power of spiritual strength. It is passion and action, and it is associated with the masculine. It is the yang par excellence, associated with ascending energy, characterized by its growth upwards with brightness and summer. It represents the blossoming of life, fullness and movement, joy and festivity. Also, splendor and recognition are responsible for providing visibility, fame, and a good reputation. It is characterized by being the action and instant will that can scatter into simple desires or passions, or can be channeled into true transformative purposes of lives, depending on the values of each individual. Fire can be gentle and warm like the spring sun, or scorching like that of a wildfire. It brings stability, tranquility, and permanence. It is associated with harvests and rewards. The earth is the element of stability and security. It symbolizes internal and hidden processes as it allows life to grow from seeds. In the depths of the earth element, life and forms thrive. It contains within itself the nourishment that sustains everything and the stability that allows for growth. The earth is associated with the feminine, with standing firm, possessing matter, being grounded, and knowing how to respond to the norms of education and behavior established in society. The earth is the densest form of energy of the elements, the most tangible and measurable. Likewise, it is the slowest. Its slowness is compensated by perseverance and determination. The earth is an element of perception. Its approach to the world is carried out through the senses, touching, smelling, weighing, looking, measuring, listening, hence its slow speed. In terrestrial elements, it represents the mineral. In the consciousness of man, the physical. The earth is yin feminine and symbolizes the realists, the concrete, the classical, and the practical. It is associated with renewal, lightness, and subtlety. It is the element where words of knowledge and wisdom travel. The air is the breath, the words, and the music. It allows us to see the illuminated day and gives colors to the light. It contains thoughts, ideas, and creativity. Within it lies the strength of reason, and air is associated with the masculine. It is connected to inspiration and creativity. Everything that exists had to be conceived first in order to come to life later in the physical realm. The air creates distance and allows us to distinguish ourselves and express ourselves freely. It is a lightweight and elusive element, unlike the other elements. This one is rational and represents our cognitive power. It is the energy of our mind that can be calm or turn into a devastating hurricane. It is a vehicle for the winds, fragrances, and musical notes. Air people are quick, creative, and lively. They tend to intellectualize their feelings and have mental clarity and communicative ability. Nutrition and the beginning of life are associated with the element water. This allows for growth and fertility. Within it arises intrauterine existence, and it represents our primordial nourishment, washes and refreshes our emotions. Through water, the tears and the deepest feelings are expressed. Water is linked to the feminine. It has innate purifying properties and is used in spiritual ceremonies, as it cleanses negative energy and restores a sense of peace. Dilute materials and connect with the whole. The power of water strengthens intuition, emotion, and spirituality. Water heals, purifies, and rejuvenates. It is beneficial for both the physical and energetic body. It is an adaptable element, as it takes on the character of what contains it. It has maximum volatility because it changes its state into 3 different forms. The order in which the 4 astrological elements are presented will always be the same: fire, earth, air, and water. The 12 zodiac signs follow this logic that will repeat in 3 consecutive series: Aries fire, Taurus earth, Gemini air, and Cancer water. Leo fire, Virgo earth, Libra earth, Libra air, and Scorpio water. Sagittarius fire, Capricorn earth, Aquarius air, and Pisces water. The 12 different zodiac personality types arise from a particular combination of the 4 elements that embody 3 distinct modalities. We are part of a cyclical dance of light and shadow between the earth and the sun. The time on earth when we are born will enable the way we activate our element. The 4 elements are expressed in 3 different modalities: in a cardinal or initiating way if we are born at the beginning of a season, in a fixed or committed way if we are born when a season settles on earth, and in a mutable or adaptable way if we are born when the season begins to retreat to make way for the new seasonal climate. The 4 cardinal signs, and those that are synchronous with the beginning of the seasons, are the innovators, meaning they herald the changes of the seasons. It is about Aries, close to March 21, Cancer, close to June 21, Libra, close to September 21, and Capricorn, close to December 21. They will have dynamic, restless personalities, seekers of new challenges, always trying to disrupt what is predetermined or previously established. Aries will ignite passion for being fire, Cancer will evoke emotion for being water, Libra will inspire ideas for being air, and Capricorn will solidify matter for being earth. The 4 fixed signs are those that are born during the settling times of a particular season. They will be committed, tenacious, and stubborn personalities. They are born in times when the seasons are established, a climate is set and settled, and they are Taurus, around April 21, around July 21, Scorpio, around July 21, and Aquarius, around January 21. They will be people involved, rooted in their habits and beliefs. Taurus will commit to the material because it is an earth sign, Leo with passion because it is a fire sign, Scorpio with emotion because it is a water sign, and Aquarius with ideas because it is an air sign. In the weeks leading up to the changes of the seasons, when the planet prepares for a new climate, the mutable signs unfold. These are Gemini, around May 21, Virgo, around August 21, Sagittarius, around November 21, and Pisces, around November 21. The seasonal changes are felt in the new temperatures on the skin. The differences in the duration between days and nights become palpable. Everything suggests the transition to the coming time. There will be people born with adaptability and talents to adjust to new circumstances, questioning and resourceful, with an inclination towards the new. Gemini will question ideas for being of air, Virgo will question reality for being of earth, Sagittarius will question passion for being of fire, and Pisces will question emotions for being of water. Note: the start and end dates of the zodiac signs are not fixed but variable. Depending on the years, they can move 24 hours before or after those mentioned in this book. Astrology is a sacred and ancestral language. Astrology has existed for thousands of years, at least since the second millennium before our era. Dam provides evidence of his practice. Among other things, the agricultural calendars found from those times that were used to predict seasonal changes and interpret the cycles of the sky as signs of divine communication. Great civilizations have used astrological symbols for centuries. For example, Even today, our Western culture celebrates Epiphany on January 6th. According to the Christian account, 3 wise men announced the arrival of the Son of God thanks to their ability to observe the movement of the stars. To anticipate an event using stellar observation is the task of the astrologer. January 6 is also celebrated as Astrologer's Day. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe.